keep yourself growing. Now, I'm not talking about growing this way or this way. I'm talking about growing mentally. I'm talking about growing emotionally, growing in knowledge, in understanding, in your attitude, in your skills. What are you doing on a regular basis to keep developing yourself as a person, as a real estate professional? What are you doing? Now, what are some of the most basic things that you can do on a regular basis to keep growing?
Read.
Okay, affirmations is great. Reading is great. What else? Practicing skills like scripts, role play. What else?
Dialogue.
I'm sorry?
Going over the dialogue.
Going over dialogue. Practicing the skills. Okay. What else?
Exercise.
Exercising. Okay, keep yourself developing yourself physically. Now watch this. If you stay healthy and you exercise, does that increase your ability to think clearly and focus?
Yes.
Yes, it affects every area. If you're physically healthy, it affects every other part of your life. Okay? What else?
Find the opportunities in everything.
Okay, attitude, your outlook on everything keeps you growing. Does that take work to maintain a positive attitude?
Yes.
Everybody say yes?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hell yes,
It
that's right.
takes work. Just like staying in shape takes work. You got to exercise, you got to eat right. It takes intentional effort. You don't just automatically do it. Okay? Now, when you were younger, you may have. Some of us. I mean, some of us just had to. But as you get older, have you noticed that it takes longer and harder to keep things going the way they're supposed to be going? Okay? Yeah, I know some of you are still in denial. So, but I'm going to give you a very simple thing. What are you going to add to your life to keep yourself growing more? Tim?
Time blocking.
Okay. Time blocking is efficiency. It doesn't so much keep you growing as much as it keeps you productive.
Put mindset stuff in your time blocking.
Okay, if you've got to be intentional about things that keep you growing. You've got to keep that in your life, in your schedule, in your day. Okay. One of the things that you've got to do every day, guys, is you've got to feed your brain. Okay, and can you feed your brain junk food?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Okay? TV is feeding your brain junk food. Can you feed your brain stuff that's toxic?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay? The news. I mean, most of the news is toxic. It's negative. Does it affect your mindset, your attitude, your beliefs?
Yes.
Oh, it's huge in the way it affects. You know, I still remember hearing Dave Ramsey say one time, he said, I'm interested in people who refuse to participate in the recession. Okay? If people ask, when they say, how's the market? Well, it depends. If you're selling a lot of houses, how's the market?
Great.
Your personal market, your economy's great. Okay, how's the economy affecting you guys? Well, I'm making a lot of money. Then it's affecting you great because you're doing the right stuff. If you're not, then your personal economy may be totally screwed up. Okay, so does the larger economy determine your economy? No, it's the actions that you take every single day. The whole book Shift is founded on one central principle. It's not the market. It's the actions that you take every day that determine your level of success. Now you have to change those and have to shift those. How do you do it? Continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to increase your knowledge. Okay? So one of the things that I'm going to challenge every one of you to do is to read at least 15 minutes a day in books that will help you get stronger and better. Okay? Sherry.
Kevin, can we come to you for a list of books if we don't know what to read?
I'm glad you brought that up. So, here's a book here is a book that I found a box. It was sitting under my desk, and I thought it was all broker books, like on law of agency and real estate appraisal and real estate finance and real estate property management, all the exciting books. Yeah. So that's why I never opened the book in the box. And I opened it yesterday, and I'm like, whoa! It had some of my books that I could not find,
That's painful.
including one of my favorites of all time. Is called The Master Key to Riches by Napoleon Hill. Okay. Now he also wrote the book Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
Okay. To me, Think and Grow Rich is kind of the kindergarten version of this book. Okay. This is to me, a little more advanced. I don't know if it is or not, but that's my perception. What do you think, Sherry?
I actually have not read that.
Well, there you go. So it's time to graduate, Sherry.
Yeah.
Kindergarten.
I was taking note of that.
This one's thinner. Now, the real book is that Napoleon Hill wrote. His masterpiece is called The Laws of Success. Okay, and it's about that thick. It's actually in 2 volumes because it's so big.
Do they come in CD?
Everything comes in CD.
Everything comes in CD. Now, the Napoleon Hill, The Laws of Success, is about 150 hours on CD. I mean, it's so freaking long. It's it's like 1,500 pages. So and it's honestly, it's boring because it was written the way people wrote back in the early 1900s, which is before TV, before everybody's got that punch today. But this one, even though it was written a long time ago, still has punch. But I just wanted to share with you guys some stuff because the key is: are you continuing to learn and continuing to grow?
What was that, master keys?
The master key to it's on your agenda. It's on your agenda.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
a quote at the very top. It's a quote from that book. So it's Napoleon Hill Master Key, the Master Key to Riches. But I found this. This is not in that book. It's in another book. But it's the importance of learning and having aha moments. So they were asking some kids, what is the most important thing you've learned this year? And so this is a boy, age 9. I've learned that you can be in love with 4 girls at the same time. This is a kid, what he learned this year, age 13. I've learned that just when I get my room the way I like it, Mom makes me clean it up. And then here's an age 7. This is an aha moment for a kid age 7. I've learned that you can't hide a piece of broccoli in a glass of milk. So keep learning. But this is really what all that was to say this, is I want everybody to write down this term, definite major purpose. Definite major purpose. Do you have a clear, definite major purpose for your business, for your life? What is my definite major purpose? Napoleon Hill, who studied the science of achievement. I mean, he was one that really kind of turned it into a science. This is some of the stuff that he wrote that I think was really some breakthrough stuff. And I'm just going to read to you a little bit of what he says here. Success begins through definiteness of purpose. If this fact is seen to be overemphasized, it's because of the common trait of procrastination, which influences 98 out of every 100 people to go all the way through life without choosing a definite major purpose. Okay? What is procrastination?
Putting it off to many others.
Putting it off, indecision, and so forth. I was actually talking to somebody earlier this week who had a book on procrastination called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy.
Good book.
And they said they hadn't read it yet because they just kept putting it off.
It's only this big.
And it's a thin book. Yeah, it's not 1,300 pages. I just thought that was interesting. But watch this. He says, procrastination influences 98 out of every 100 people to go all the way through their life without a definite major purpose. He says basically only 2% of people ever establish a definite major purpose and achieve it at a high level. He said singleness of purpose is a priceless asset. Priceless because so few people possess it. And yet, okay, so watch this. How long does it take you to make up your mind to be focused on a purpose?
Seconds.
Okay? Instantly. You make a decision. Okay? And Tony Robbins says your life can change in an instant. The moment that you decide what you are absolutely committed to having. Napoleon Hill said, so make up your mind what you desire of life. Decide to get just that without substitutes, and you will have taken possession of one of the most priceless assets available to all human beings. But your desire must be not just a hope or a wish. It must be a burning desire, and it must be so definitely an obsessional desire that you are willing to pay whatever price its attainment may cost. That price may be much or it may be little, but you must condition your mind to pay it, regardless of what the cost may be. Now watch this. The moment you choose your definite major purpose in life, you will observe a strange circumstance, consisting in the fact that ways and means of attaining the purpose will begin to immediately reveal themselves to you. Okay, now watch this. We started Project Herbie this year. Project Hermosa Beach. Do you realize we've already taken more listings in Hermosa Beach this year than we took all of last year? Okay? We established as a company a definite major purpose. Okay? And by the way, our next 100-door challenge is going to be it's 3 or 4 weeks, because we have big Tuesday activities coming up the next few weeks. It's kind of messed everything up. but we'll be doing that. So, but that power, that focus, that definite major purpose to say, this is our town, we own it, we will take it, okay, has already changed the results almost instantly, and it's almost like we didn't do anything different. It just started happening, which is exactly what he says. Opportunities you had not expected will be placed in your way. Okay? Now see, now watch this. I want to do this, but that's in my way. Sometimes opportunities are disguised as hard work. You know, like knocking on doors or something, I don't know. The cooperation of others will become available to you, and friends will appear as if by a stroke of magic. Your fears and doubts will begin to disappear, and self-reliance will take their place. So the key to all this is you've got to first make a decision of what you're absolutely committed to having. Now, here's why this is so important. Do you think there are agents out there right now that are struggling with, I don't know if this is going to work, maybe I should get out, maybe I should do something else? Think that's happening?
Yes.
Okay, no show of hands or don't respond, but has that ever happened to you? Okay? So watch this. If you want to make it in real estate, in this economy, in this market, the key to your success is you've got to decide today you are absolutely committed to making it. It has got to be a definite major purpose in your life. If you're going to do it, you got to decide to do it. Okay? So, you know, as one of my favorite coaches, Yoda, used to say, do or do not. There is no try. Okay? You've got to make the I'm still working on that accent. Yoda with a Texas twang. So, but you must make the decision to commit and say, I'm not going to try this. Okay? See, you don't try open houses. You don't try prospecting expires. You don't try knocking doors. You make a commitment to do it and say, whatever the price is, I'll pay it. Because anything less than that, you don't go in with you don't harness the power of focus, the powers that he's talking about how that all of a sudden just opportunities pop up. Why? Because you're committed to something. And notice the quote on the top of your agenda. I'm not going to read it because it's so powerful. I want you to read it over and over again. In fact, I am going to read it. But this to me is almost a mantra. One of the strange facts concerning those who move with definiteness of purpose. Now what's the key there?
Move.
Move. You got to move. You got to take action. It's not just, thinking it. You got to move. You got to take action. Okay? One of the strange facts concerning those who move with definiteness of purpose is the readiness with which the world steps aside that they may pass, even coming to their aid in carrying out their aims. It's like all of a sudden everything starts working in your favor. But you've got to have that level of passion, that level of commitment to make it happen. So, today, make the decision and go out and make something great happen. All right, everybody, have an awesome day and awesome week.